All right, team, I am coming at you today with a lower body workout. So you get your dynamic warm-up started, and I will briefly give you the overview of what we've got going today. As almost always, we will have about a 4-minute cardio starter. We're going to do a 20-10. I've got 4 exercises. We're going to cycle through a couple of times. Once everything's warmed up from that starter, we'll move into our strength sets, and I'm just doing a pretty simple format today, and that is each set, and there are 4, has an A exercise and a B exercise that we will go through A, B, A, B, A, B. 3 times through those 2 exercises. I've got a timer going for us today. It's set at 30:15. And that's just going to keep us all flowing in the same direction. However, you can most certainly do this workout using reps, and I would do 10 reps as my rep count if I weren't using a timer. So, with all that being said, here's your equipment. Weights, leg weights, heavier end of things. With every exercise pair, we have a weighted exercise and an explosive plyometric exercise. Cindy and I love combining those 2 things. We think it really gives you an effective leg workout that really incorporates everyday life. I mean, that's what we do. We go from sitting to moving to exploding to going, and it really gives our legs a nice, well-rounded approach. So, finish up that dynamic warm-up, gather up your leg weights, and let's get started here with our cardio starter. All right, our cardio starter for this particular workout is done with 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. So I'm going to quickly show you these 4 exercises, all of which we should be pretty familiar with, but in that 10 seconds I'm barely catching my breath, let alone giving you a quick demo. So the first one is the mountain climber with the pause. We do this many times. The key pointers here, shoulders over wrists. Try to get those knees as close to your elbows as possible. 1, 2, pause on the third. 1, 2, pause on the third. Okay? Tempo with this entire cardio starter dictates everything here. Then we've got a 2-pulse sumo plus a jump. Sumo, exaggerated stance, knees and toes are going in the same direction. Use your mirror at home. How low can you get in that sumo? Pulse, pulse, jump, pulse, pulse, jump. If the jump is too much, you're just coming to a stand. Eliminate that jump altogether. You can even come up on your tiptoes to add a little added element there. The third exercise is just simply the Curtsy Skater. So, Curtsy Lunge, you know, we go back at about that 45 angle, trying to keep this front plant leg shin as vertical as possible. So, touch, 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 okay? Put that foot down in the back. There are times that we hover with balance, but go ahead and put that foot down in the back, because I'm really just wanting to get all points of our glutes here warmed up for the strength sets that are coming. And then we're just going to do our traditional standard 3-pulse jump squat. Land soft there. If that's too much, again, you just come to a stand. Those are the 4 exercises. Let's go through them one time at 20:10. I'll give us a little time to rest and recover, because that 10 seconds is a pretty short break. And then we'll hit this one more time. Okay, so all you need is space here. I'll get our timer going, and we're going to start with those mountain climbers with a pause. All right, here we go. Mountain climber with a pause. Here we go. 1, 2, pause on the third. Good. You can get a pretty good tempo going here with these. Really try to get that knee as close to the elbow as possible. Nice work. Break. Sumo Pulse with a jump. So get yourself in your sumo stance here. Get down as low as you can. 1, 2, jump. Good. Use your at-home mirror. Keep an eye, knees back. How low can you get here? Almost there. Whew, good job. Curtsy. Curtsy skaters with the touch. Here we go. Touch. Put down that back knee, or back foot rather. Good job. If you can't quite touch the ground here, just get as low as you can. Can you touch your knee or mid-shin? Nice. 3 pulse jump squat. How low can you get on these? 1, 2, 3. Nice. All of the exercises in this starter are affected by your tempo and how low you're getting in all of these different squats. Let's give ourselves a moment here. How low are you getting in that sumo? How low are you getting in that squat? All of those dictate your heart rate here. So let's give ourselves a moment. Recover. I'm sure you're not breathing as hard as I am, but talking while doing it, that's my challenge. Still working on that. So stick with me here. Give ourselves a few more seconds. I'm going to get our timer going. You know the 4 exercises. We're just going to cycle through them one more time here before we hit those strength sets. Okay, we got 10 seconds before we go for round 2 here, starting with those mountain climbers. Try to get a good tempo going here. 1, 2, pause. Nice work, we're almost there. Break. The Sumo Pulse with a jump. Get as low as you can here. There's an enormous difference in your heart rate from being down here in your jump and being up here. That's why a mirror is so good to have at home. Whew. You're your accountability with that mirror. Curtsy Skater touch. Here we go. Give it a good jump. Keep that core tight as you reach down to touch. Break. 3 pulse jump squat. How low can you get here? And get some air if you're jumping with me. Land soft. Going from low to high. That's what we're looking for. Almost there. Woo! All right, cardio starter's done. Gather up your weights for our strength sets. Set 1 here of our leg workout. You're going to be using one heavier weight. I have a heavier kettlebell here. That's what I'm going to use, but I'm going to show you how it will look with a kettlebell or a dumbbell. We're combining a goblet squat with a stiff-legged or Romanian deadlift. You know, with the goblet squat, that weight is held against your chest. It's never coming out here in front of you. I get a good stance, comfortable stance with my feet, about hip width, maybe a little wider than that apart. I go down, bending those legs here, getting into that almost like a frog. My visual, you know, I always have visuals, is a frog. I get down like a frog, push up through those heels. I then lower the weight, keeping a neutral neck, an engaged core, flat back. Weight stays here around my shins, and then I pull back up. Goblet, lower, deadlift. Okay, we're combining those two. If you're using a dumbbell, I like to hold it end to end like this, and again, it's right against my chest. Goblet, come up, lower it for deadlift, back up for goblet, okay? So on this one, this particular timer, we're going to do 30 seconds of the weighted work, and then we're going to combine that with 20 seconds of the explosive work. And the explosive that I partnered with this is the jump squat. Give me some air there. If you need to take it down a notch, make it the 3 pulse jump squat like we did in the cardio starter. And if you need to take it down from there, you can make it the mountaintop squat, okay? And then we'll get back to the strength. A, B, A, B, A, B, all right? You gather up your weight that you want for this. I'm gonna get our timer going and we're gonna get this rolling. Let's start with our goblet. Weight against your chest here. Down, up to deadlift. Good. Combining these two. This should be your goblet squat weight. It's going to be lighter than you usually do for deadlift weight, but because we're combining these two exercises, we're just working our leg muscles a little differently here. Core is engaged the entire time. Break. We've got our jump squats, 3 pulse jump squats, mountaintop squats. If you're jumping with me here, make sure you land soft. Here we go. My head's going up and off the camera. Sorry, team. Keep it going. You've got this. Nice work. Break. Back to our deadlift, goblet combo. Ooh, get your breathing back in order here. Here we go. That weight is close to your chest at the top of that squat, and it's close to your shins at the bottom of that deadlift. Good work. Keep that core nice and tight. Break. We're back to our cardio here. If you need more time, hit pause, or you can do the no impact version here if you want to go to mountaintop this round. Land soft, get me air, bend those legs. You got to go low to high on these. Nice. Okay, last round here. Get your breathing back in order. Here we go. Try to get your breathing back into a nice rhythm. In this 30 seconds, before we hit our last explosive cardio. Break. You know what we got. 20 seconds and we're done with set 1. with me. Here we go. I always count. I want to try to get the same count at the end as I did in the beginning. Bravo. Set 2, same format. The only difference is going to be here we're working unilaterally. In other words, we're going to work a left leg, a right leg before we hit that explosive plyo cardio exercise. So, options. Hold a weight in your plant leg while we do curtsy lunge. Again, we warmed up for this in the cardio starter, so everything should be warmed up and ready. 45-degree back and up, keeping that shin as vertical as possible. Now, if you want a little added challenge, instead of holding one weight in your plant leg, you will hold a dumbbell in each hand, and we're doing the same thing, okay? We're going to do 30 seconds on one leg, right into 30 seconds on the other. There's no break in between. Boom, boom. Then we get a 15-second break before we hit that cardio, which is jump lunge. I'm getting down as low as I can here. This is a shuffle. This is a jump lunge. Again, I'm going from low to high. That's the magic of these. If that is too much, next level, jump lunge, shuffle, 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 jump lunge, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And if that's still too much, just give me skiers, okay? So you've got choices there. But commit to what you're gonna start with here before we get going, and I want you to try that round 1, all right? So grab your curtsy weights. I'll get the timer going and let's get this started. Okay, I'm going to start with the left leg plant. I am also holding one weight here, and the reason I'm doing that is, full disclosure, I just did leg the other day. So if this was my leg day for the week, I would be holding 2 heavier dumbbells here for this one. Now, when we hear the next beep, we're going to go right into our right leg plant curtsy lunge here. You've got to find that area in your curtsy lunge, switch sides, where you feel that the most in that plant leg glute. I'm going to face you head on so you kind of see the angle I'm going to back here. How far back you go, what is your angle, how low do you get that back knee, all of that affects how this exercise interacts with your glute muscles. Break, jump lunge shuffle, or skiers here. Low to high, that's your goal. Low to high. Good, dig deep here. Don't get shorter and shorter. Keep going low to high. Woo, nice job. This curtsy, I'm going to start on my right side. Now we get a full minute of curtsy here to recover from that explosive exercise. Use your mirror. Try to keep that shin upright and that plant foot planted squarely on the ground. It's not rocking at all. 2 points that you're always keeping in mind with curtsy lunge. Other side. Try to get straight on here. Having a planted foot keeps your shin from going over to the side. Good job. Weights. How heavy are you going here? Also affects your heart rate, which could also affect which cardio you want to choose here. If you're going super heavy, you may need to tone down your explosive here. You see how your heart rate's feeling. Here we go. Remember, low to high. Even if you're adding the shuffle. Good work. Almost there. Whew. That burns. Okay, I'm gonna start with the left leg plant here. Last round. We have a minute to recover. Get our breathing back. Nice job. In 30 seconds, I'm hoping for at least 10 reps of these exercises. Switch sides. I gotta open a door. Good work. Almost there. Good job. Okay, I'm getting the door. Last round here. Here we go. Low to high. Make it a challenge. Challenges change. You gotta fight through it here. Low to high, use your mirror. Woo! Nice work, set 2 done. Okay, we're working unilaterally here again for set 3. And here are your options from which you can choose from. We are doing a reverse lunge into a single leg deadlift. Now, these are a muscle memory thing, so we're working our frontal lobe a bit. And they're also what can you do here comfortably. So I'm going to give you some different opportunities. Reverse lunge, I got a weight in each hand here. As you know, with that reverse lunge, I'm going down and getting that knee as low as possible. This is a runner's lunge, not a reverse lunge. So I want this knee, back knee, lowered as low as possible while keeping this front knee in front of this toe here. I never want to see it coming out in front like that, okay? Now here comes the unique part of this exercise. From this reverse lunge, I am going right into a single leg deadlift. So, again, it's that low to high concept. Low in my reverse lunge, lifting that leg straight up, lowering my front torso, keeping my neck neutral, that back toe is pointing down and back, okay? That's a lot because I'm asking a lot of this front plant leg. I'm asking a lot of your core balance. If it's too much, just combine it as we did the first goblet deadlift. I'll go to reverse, come to neutral, deadlift, come to neutral, okay? So, while I'm getting the timer and explaining this, try a few at home, see how you feel. We're gonna do 30 seconds, one leg, right into 30 seconds, the other leg. We then get a break, before we hit the hip hinge jump lunge. You know I have the ceiling height issue here, so bear with me because I can't explode quite as much as I'd like here without there being interference. The difference between the hip hinge jump squat and our traditional jump squat. In our traditional jump squat, I am getting all the power here really in these quads as I explode up. With this hip hinge jump lunge, my loading point is right here, okay? Hinge at the hips, my arms are back, core tight, neck neutral, and it's my glutes that are thrusting my hips forward and exploding me up, okay? There's a difference there. One is more quad dominant, one is more glute dominant. On this one, I'd like us to use those glutes, okay? So, if that is too much for you, the jumping is too much impact, give me a kettlebell swing there for the cardio, the explosive, okay? So, I hope you've tried a few of those reverse lunge deadlifts. Get the weights you want. You may want to go lighter here, since if you're going to try this new movement. I'll get the timer going and we're going to get this going. Okay, I'm going to start with the left leg plant here, reverse lunge, and I'm going to go right into my deadlift. Try to get that back leg as high as you can. Even, oops, that one I came to neutral. It's hard for me to talk and do it at the same time. Even if you are coming to neutral in between these movements, I want you to think about how high can you get that back leg. I don't want you putting strain in your lower back. That means you got to take that torso forward, switch sides. You'll find, at least I do, one side is much more natural than the other. I'm going from low to high. Notice I hold my dumbbells a little differently here. One is neutral to the side, one is across the front. That works for me. You may need to find what works for you. Break. Because that's a combination move, you're not going to get 8 reps there. That's okay. Hip hinge or kettlebell swings. Fire. Load it up there. Fire. It's all hip hinge right there. It's very intentional. You really got to think about it, all right? Round 2, I'm going to go right leg plant here. Here we go. After those hip hinge jumps, I can really feel my hamstring and glute doing this exercise. Switch sides. If you're feeling that at all in your lower back, come to neutral in between those movements. Hip hinge. Here we go. Hips, Get to neutral, fire. Okay. Good job. Use those hips, those glutes. Good job. Last round here. We're gonna go left leg plant to start. If you're not sweaty here, you may need heavier weights. Here we go. Core is tight, especially on that deadlift. Going from low to high, you've got to have an engaged core there. Switch sides. Fight for balance. Almost there. Woo! Okay. Last explosive here. Hips, glutes. Here we go. All right. Good job. Fire. Good. Hips come forward. Power you up. Power you up. Woo! All right, done with another set. One more to go. For our final set here, we're going to superset the Sumo Squat with long jumps. So, quick pointers, Sumo Squat. I'm going to hold one weight here. Sumo position, we all know, get into that sumo stance, knees, toes, same direction. As I go down, I'm looking in my mirror to see how low I can get. I like to hold my dumbbell here vertically, as my goal is always to try to get that dumbbell as close to the ground as I can, but I don't want you folding over to do that. You've got to get bend in your leg to do that, okay? Keep those knees back and push up through those heels. So, Sumo Squat, followed by a long jump. So, long jump, again, hip hinge here. I'm wanting to thrust myself forward instead of up, using those hips and glutes, right? Land soft, and just shuffle back. If that's too much, you're giving me fast feet for that 20 seconds. So, gather up your Sumo Squat weight, and I'll get our timer going. Here we go, Sumo Squat. Have your mirror handy so you can see how low you're getting. Knees back, torso upright, push through those heels. Think about knees back. You're wanting those knees to go towards the wall behind you, and that immediately should engage those glutes. Just getting into that proper positioning. If you don't get low in your sumo, you're not going to work those thighs and glutes as much as you can, as much as you have the potential to do there. Break, long jump, or fast feet. Hip hinge, use those glutes, thrust you forward, land soft. Get your ready position, jump, land soft, shuffle back. I like to give myself targets on the ground. See if I can jump past that target. Good. Almost there. Break. Back to sumo. All those explosive movements in combination with these weighted exercises really work our lower body. Now, for those of you that this was too much, just do 2 sets at a time. Do the first and second set, and then maybe the next day you can get to sets 3 and 4. For those of you that this wasn't enough, give me 4 rounds of each set here. Also, if you're feeling like this is not enough, I would challenge you with your 2 things: weight selection and how much bend you're getting in the weighted exercises in those legs. A mirror is crucial there because in our heads, we think we're getting low on that squat, on that lunge, whatever it is. I promise you, if Cindy and I were standing there, you may not be getting as low as you think. So use that mirror as your trainer to keep you accountable. Those are the 2 factors I find more often than not are affecting my lower body workout. Get low, up through the heels. Get low by bending those legs, not hinging at the hips. Good job, knees back, push through the heels. Woo, we're almost there. Nice. Okay, last long jump or fast feet. Make sure you're landing soft on those long jumps. I land like a frog. I don't jar my knees. Here we go. Good job. Woo, passed my marker on that one. Good work. Power through those hips and glutes. Excellent lower body day today. Thanks for helping me get through it. Let's go through a quick stretch here together and you can be off on your way. Okay, let's lift those arms up overhead. Reach. Get a good stretch here. Come forward. Let those arms drop. Decompress that lower back. Let's walk out to down dog and pedal those heels. Really try to get those heels to the floor here. Did a lot of jumping today. Good job. Walk a little further out. Bring your left foot between those 2 hands. Take your right hand up to the ceiling. Open up a bit. Switch. Put that hand down. Bring that other leg forward. Now my right leg is forward, but my left hand is going up. Good. Bring that hand down. I'm just going to tuck that front leg under. Really lay down on that so you feel a nice stretch on this outer glute here. You can move your torso around side to side. That shifts those glutes a little bit, gives you a little different stretch. Swing that back leg around. Give it a good hug. Get a nice stretch on that lower back. And then we'll just go into tucking that left leg under. Really get into that. Feel that here. I don't even have to move my front torso around. I can just simply shift my weight side to side and I can feel a stretch in different points of my glute there. Bring that back leg around. Hug it. Good, now staying with that hugging theme, let's lay down on our back and pull that right knee into you, straight back. I like to have one hand on my knee, sort of one on my ankle, and just pull it back, straight back, then pull it out to the outside a little bit, and pull it to the inside a little bit. You can have your head down for this. I just have it up so that I can see you. Let's switch. Pull that leg, left leg straight back. Pull it to the outside. We really worked on our hips today. Try to pull it to the inside. This is where I'm super tight. Good, now let's roll up into that lunge position here. I've got my left leg forward, right leg down. I'm gonna come forward into a lunge. Again, we're working that hip. Let's stretch that hip out before we get outside and start doing our yard work. Off to the side, as far back as you can. Back to center. Back to front. Good job. Let's switch legs. I got my right leg up this time. Really lean into that forward lunge. Off to the side. These are good ones even when you're done with your yard work. To the back, come on in and do a couple of rounds of these to help keep your hips as flexible as possible. Back to the front. Good job. Now let's come back so that I'm resting on my heels. I'll show you from the side. My butt's resting on my heels here. I'm going to take my right leg out from underneath my butt. I'm going to really squeeze the glute on that left leg as I lower that left knee down. And what that should give you is a good stretch on that quad there, on your left knee, left leg. Good, then switch sides. Now all the weight's on my right side. I put that left leg down in front, squeeze that right glute and lower that right knee. I can feel my right quad is much, much, much tighter than my left for some reason. Although I was in a car for 11 hours yesterday, so that may have something to do with it. Good. All right, team. Excellent lower day. Thanks for sticking with me, and we'll see you next time.